Brewing hints is in English. The rest is not.
98 degrees in 160 mils. 1 to 10 second, and it serves 7 to 9 people. Wow, that's some strong.
That's a whole pot right there, man.
That's people?
Yeah.
That's it actually kind of looks like a person.
1 to 10 seconds. That doesn't seem right.
I am gonna find this at Centra since it just opened.
Their time is different in China.
Time zone.
That was the
now
beginning
they
of The
can
Lion King.
hear you in China.
Please upgrade to a supported
If
browser.
Robbie's in studio, could you please ask him something? Oh,
What's wrong with Mozilla?
Ben Rob, if Robbie is in the studio, which he is, could you please ask him to send me the sound effects for the shortened intro if he has a chance?
Timing. Oh. Yeah, we need to do that. Just not like right now. Facebook.
Thank you.
I gotta launch the Facebook feed.
Bookface.
Have you been in the new grocery store, Jeff?
What new grocery?
Or Robbie?
New grocery
Not
store?
to think that you
I
wouldn't.
drove past it when I was leaving the chiropractor.
Mm-hmm.
What new grocery store?
The new one in my mall.
Boom, 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 boom.
It's called Centra, actually.
Centra is the English translation.
Wow.
What does Centra... I can't get into the chat.
Well, groceries. It's a grocery store. Hey, are you having a Sasha sort of week? I can never get in the chat, and the chat is one of my favorite things.
No, the browser won't let me in.
Huh.
Why not?
Are you a robot?
It says that it's not updated enough to be able to do CAPTCHA.
Oh, come on. Maybe try Hex Chat then.
All right, I'll go back to HexChat.
I don't know how to watch things on Amazon Prime.
What?
The foo? You have to... I don't know how.
Do you have Amazon Prime?
Yes.
Just go to your Amazon account, and then under your profile, you see a link that says Amazon Prime, and then boom, it takes
like
you to
on
Amazon
my
Prime.
phone. Wait.
Yeah. On your phone,
And
on
I
your
can
computer.
just...
You've got an Android box at home?
No.
Do you have a Roku? Do you
no.
have
I have a Vive.
Okay, well, you could probably get the Amazon Prime app
Okay.
for
Amazon Prime. Here I am. Next step.
next step. This account.
Jeff, can you just quickly stand where you're going to be? I just am trying to set up the camera.
But I need him.
Sorry.
Or the foo, who obviously knows what they're doing as well.
Okay, you're good. Y'all can...
Okay.
Okay.
How do I go? Okay. So, manage Prime membership.
Yeah.
Prime Video. So, primevideo.com is the web address. Okay, so that tells me. So, PIMEVIDEO.com. Goo. And then you sign in with your Amazon account
And just watch videos.
and just watch.
Well, who knew?
Apparently I did.
Thanks.
Alright.
This is going to be a great day. Okay, so I'm just going to watch this now. No. I feel like...
Does anyone need anything other than the air conditioner?
No, I don't think so.
Hair and makeup.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm a little bit sweaty, but that's alright. Is it hashtag Category 5 or Category 5 TV?
Hashtag Category 5.
Why am I the only one here?
You in?
Oh.
I thought about getting a Roku.
That's probably the issue. What's the, it's Freenode.
Freenode, yeah. It's not programmed in? You're already connected.
No, I was in the off tick. Oh, no, that's not what I want.
I did. Thanks for noticing.
Do, 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 do.
You created a new channel. Neat.
Oh, there we go.
Get in!
I see some peeps.
He's in, lads! You're in?
Yeah.
So,
No, I don't need to go.
you Scottish, Solbu? You know, that's the weird part about chatting with people where we talk and they type. It's you ask a question and then you just kind of wait.
You just hang out here. Okay. How long did it take to get used to your contacts? Because right now I want to rip my eyeballs out and jump on them on the ground.
Just rip the contacts out. That way you don't have to rip out your eyeballs.
Unless
you're filming like a Saw movie. Yeah. Norwegian. I didn't do Norwegian accent.
Oh.
Does your area have a
Norwegian.
Scottish accent?
I would like to just if I win the lottery, not I would like to win the lottery. If I win the lottery,
Yes.
I would travel around and just visit people where they are and watch a show.
You don't have to win the lottery to do that. I have a coworker
Yeah.
who his goal is to hit every country in the world, and so far, at the ripe old age of mid-30s, he's hit over 2/3 of every country in the world.
No way.
Yes. So all you have to do is be single, have no kids, no life, and you could spend all your money traveling the world watching Category 5 in various locations around the world with all these people.
Beautiful. Except that I'm not single, which means I have to get Dave on board.
Well, or you could just not give him on board and just say, look, I got you a computer. You're giving me the world.
That's right. He'll be like, put the headset on.
Because y'all have moved from there.
I haven't moved. You moved.
I had to move. You moved me.
Only for the news.
Oh, I'm supposed to move
Really?
back?
Texas?
That's fine. I can see that.
How does Norwegian accent sound like Texas? That's a weird one, Solbu.
Okay, is it wide?
Do they say A after everything in Norway? No, I think you're good. I mean, we're a little bit off balance, but...
Like in that I'm shorter?
Well, no, in the fact that I'm close... Is there a purple hue around me? When
It's
you
your
zoomed in,
aura.
I saw a purple hue.
It's your aura.
Yeah, your aura just happens to be purple.
What does that mean? Does that mean am I a dinosaur? Am I
I
Barney?
don't know. I really... Okay, so
Okay,
here's...
seriously, look.
here's the funny
Is that the
thing.
monitor or is that the feed?
I don't know.
It switched. I don't know how it switched. Okay, I'm purple.
You are purple.
It's your aura.
It is your aura.
It's your spirit animal.
All right.
It's a dinosaur.
So...
Everybody has access to their pedals in case they need to cough or choke.
Or suddenly
Anybody hear the throat clear?
develop verbal tics or something.
Right.
Ooh, guest 2393 joined. Hello, guest.
Hi, guests. Be my guest.
I know I'm pasty. Just shush.
So since I switched
I'm a
from
ginger.
glasses to contacts, I haven't had to look at myself, and now I just keep seeing myself in this thing.
It's called
and
a monitor.
Right. Okay. I like myself with glasses.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's
weird, right?
Yeah.
I feel the same way all of a sudden.
We're not used to it. But
Well-
you look good.
No, well, right now I don't feel like I do, because I keep looking at me thinking
that's fair.
there's some playing going on. Like I need to draw
Of course.
just black lines here and here.
There.
This is what I need. See, I'm back.
You can't see a thing, can you?
Not at all.
Yeah.
No?
The news will be fun
Hey,
tonight.
everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Check. Jeff.
Check. 1, 2.
Sasha.
Check 1, 2.
What? We're in the middle. Yeah! Okay, I'm going to try to get my head around this. All right.
Good times had by all.
Camera controller. I mean, whatever works, right? $12 camera switcher, you know, sure, I'll take it.
Could have got it for 11.
Yeah, probably.
Spent an extra.
You just put them in and sleep with them? Sorry, we're all about contacts on this show.
Okay, I'm glad. Never mind.
I can't even. Okay, these are daily.
Okay, y'all can hear us. We're good.
Okay.
We're ready
All ready
to
for
rock this. Okay, who's first?
I start.
Not me.
Our live.
Yes.
What the heck?
That was a really lame 5.
What was that?
Nobody knows. It's gonna be hot in here tonight. We have no AC. It's like 300 degrees in here.
Yeah, it's okay. Our live recordings are trusted only to solid-state drives by Kingston Technology. Revive your computer with improved performance and reliability over traditional hard drives with Kingston SSDs.
Category 5 TV streams live with Telestream Wirecast and Nimble Streamer. Tune in every week on Roku, Kodi, Plex, and other HLS video players. For local showtimes, visit category5.tv.
Category5.tv is a member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. cat5.tv/TPN and the International Association of Internet Broadcasters. cat5.tv/IAIB.
Welcome to the show. I'm Robbie.
I'm Sasha.
And I'm Jeff.
Nice to have you here. Who are you? Comment below. Send us an email live at category5.tv. Hey, it's so nice to have you here. Category 5 shirts have started being delivered, so
Yes.
get yours, cat5.tv/shirts, and send us a picture of yourself wearing your Category 5 apparel, and we will give you your 15 seconds of fame.
That's right.
How come?
15? Do we even give them that long?
How come I get like an hour?
A fame?
I wear a shirt and I get like an hour of being on TV.
Well, I think it's
Just
more
not
than
fair.
just the shirt. It's your dashing.
It's my
looks.
bald nerdiness.
We got to keep you number 1 on Google.
That's right. You can win
Yes.
Dead Effect 2 VR. You will win immediately if you do get a shirt and post a picture.
Is that the secret?
That's the secret.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Now you know the secret.
Now you know the
folks.
secret. Or you could just not get a shirt and then be wah, not a winner. Okay.
That was anticlimactic. You can win. Wah, wah.
I don't even think that's an official rule, folks. Just so you know, there is no rule that you have to spend money to win.
That's true.
No purchase necessary.
No purchase necessary, but here's how you do win. You email us at contest@category5.tv. Let us know who you are, where you are, how you're watching, and also post a
And so
picture
on
of
and so
yourself in a shirt now. Okay.
If somebody put in a I am me, I am here, and I wear this, would that count?
Yes. Maybe.
I'm gonna say
No, it's
maybe.
random. Maybe.
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 The jury's out.
Okay.
Nobody's really sure about
Guaranteed
that.
somebody's going to submit that now.
Will it be you,
I
Jeff?
hope so.
I might. I might. All right. So, forgetting about that, let's get on to something a little bit more amazing. Google Play. I love the Google Play.
How is Google Play more amazing than a Category 5 t-shirt?
Because
Or Dead Effect VR.
Yeah,
Have you played
Play.
Dead?
And let's be clear, I'm the one
Wait.
talking about the Google Play.
Okay.
So that's
Oh,
so
so
much
now
cooler.
it's all of a sudden awesome?
That's right. That's right. So we are on Google Play. Check.
Woohoo. You can buy t-shirts. Yes.
You can play VR.
Huh?
Effect too.
Huh? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Google
Do we
Play
need to
is
have- do we need
Google
to have
Play
like
is
a-
so yesterday. Come on, we've been on Google
No.
Play for like 3 weeks now, Jeff. This is old news.
But it's still amazing news.
Okay.
It's
All right,
amazing
I'll give
news.
you that.
So all you got to do is go to category5.tv/subscribe.
Oh, yes.
And right there, you can get onto Google Play.
But Google Play Music Podcasts only supports audio, Jeff. This
So?
is a TV show. What good is audio?
Well, you can still listen to our sultry voices.
Oh. And our sultry voices just happen to be right smack down the middle tonight.
Yes.
Just so you know, we got some messages. Daniel Wright messaged me last week after the show and said, "Hey, Robbie, everyone's voice comes through both left and right channels except yours. Your voice only comes through on the right channel."
Well, at least you're right.
Oh.
I'm always right.
I know. Well, there
That's
you go.
what I said on the show. Like, that was the theme, and it just kind of flowed with the audio panning. So it turns out we have a dead pot on our mixing console. Now, thankfully, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 channels.
Perfect.
One channel was free. So tonight I have moved off of channel 3 and onto channel 4. Now you hear me in the middle.
So we have 2 more spare channels to go.
Well, technically we don't, Jeff, because one of them is for Skype interviews.
Oh, right.
And the other one is for like computer reviews and stuff.
So if another pot goes, you're out.
Then we need a new mixer.
Yeah, and then Sasha and I will take over.
That's it. Yeah, I'll just go sit down.
That's right.
Or you'll just hear me off to the right channel going, "Hey guys,
that's right.
I'm over here."
Every time we try to talk
over here. Abraham Kornfeld said, "I thought that problem was me. I started adjusting my speaker for a few minutes."
Oh no! Sorry.
Oh no!
So imagine if you were listening on Google Play Music podcasts.
Yes.
In stereo, in binaural audio.
And then
Sasha's right here, and Robbie's way over there somewhere, doing all the demonstrations from over there. That's how it went down. So I think we've got that licked tonight. Jeff.
Yes.
Big news from you. You, sir, are our new host on
What?
Every Day.
Are you serious?
Yeah, congratulations. You were the one applicant. And so we have awarded it to you. See how you win Dead Effect 2 VR?
That's right.
You just have to be the one applicant.
I sent an email that said, "I am me, here I am, and this is what I'll do."
And incidentally, he was wearing a Category 5 shirt, so we're like, we got to give him the show.
That's right.
He wins.
New Every Day for 3 seasons was hosted by Jen and Carrie, and they did a fantastic job for 3 consecutive years. At the end of season 3, they said to us,
"We're done."
I think we're done. I think that's it. And it's, they left on good terms, and it was really just hey, they've volunteered for 3 solid years every single week. That's a huge commitment, folks. So kudos to them. Give them a big thumbs up. But now New Every Day is hosted by Jeff Weston and Lawrence Cruz.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit.
Yeah, so I have known Lawrence 20 years.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so it's been a very, very long time we've known each other. Just our paths kept connecting as we separate and go together, and it's just one of those things where when the opportunity presented itself, and I contacted you and said I'd be willing to do the show, he was the first one that I thought I would love to do this with. We have great chemistry, we get along very well, and so we've sat down, we've done a few shows. We've got a couple interviews
in the can.
Yeah.
Now on the air, you've seen one so far.
That's right. Yeah.
So
we've had a couple interviews in place. We just kind of brainstorming. The sky is the limit, and we want to take the content to the next level. Like,
cool.
We've got some really, really great ideas. I can't wait to explore.
Well, it's exciting to have you branching out into another one of our shows. So Category 5 TV Network, of course, here we are on Category 5 Technology TV. Then our faith broadcast is called New Every Day, and it has just started its 4th season with Jeff Weston and Lawrence Cruz. And we've got a couple other shows that we're working on. And, of course, your newsroom feature is its very own show, which gets edited out every single week and is aired every Tuesday night on KVVB Channel 33 in the high desert of California. How cool is that? So hello to you watching in Southern California. Nice to have you here. And certainly on Sasha's show as well. Cool. I've been locked out of Facebook, Jeff. Sasha.
Oh.
You quit Facebook.
I quit Facebook.
I was like working hard. I was working hard on Facebook, and they locked me out.
Why?
Because my faith isn't recognizable enough. What? Apparently, they told me I need to upload a photo of myself now. So it actually logged me out, and it says I got to upload a photo of myself. We've been through this with some of our viewers as well.
Wow.
Talking about how Facebook is trying to step things up in the privacy and security and in that department.
Right.
So here I am. This is my work account. So here I am working away on customer Facebook profiles and things like that, which I do pretty much every week.
Yeah.
And boom, you're logged out, can't log in. And apparently my faith is that of the bald nerd, so, it can't be me. And they won't let me log in.
That's there's got to be something wrong with that.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, every time they said I need to upload a picture of my face, I mooned the camera and sent them that. That's how I felt inside. That's what I wanted to do.
But wow. So did you actually fix it?
No.
I've
uploaded every single picture that I have of myself.
And they
still
still
recognize you.
And it doesn't let me log in. So that is what we're up against, folks.
Wow.
And the email that it sent me when it logged me out is from a no reply at facebookmail.com. So I can't even reply and say, look, I've been trying, and I can't get in. I can't get back into my account. We've already had the discussion that they've started really stepping things up as far as their app security and privacy goes. And I know that like hundreds of apps have been removed from Facebook apps because they felt that they were not approved for accessing the Facebook API.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
In light of Cambridge Analytica and so on. So my app, one of my apps was one of those that got blocked, and I can't get in to go through the approval process.
Is there no
Catch-22.
way to put a support ticket in outside of the app?
Oh, maybe. See, I've contacted them within the Developer Central and went through the process, and it said, okay, you need to do this, this, and this. 3 things. You need to add a channel icon, you need to do this and that, and put a privacy statement on your website, that kind of stuff. So I went through a third-party company to legally create a privacy policy for the app, and put that online, added it, and this was around the time that I got locked out of Facebook. So that's where I'm at.
How does it feel?
That's a big pause.
Yeah, I don't know whether I'm like, can you be angry at something that is non-existent? They're looking at everything from a blanket perspective now, because they've been going through everything since this whole kerfuffle.
Right.
So I'm no longer Robbie Ferguson, the app developer. I'm a number.
Right.
And I'm not approved. So now I'm locked out.
What do you think the chances are that because you have, been locked out, this is a social experiment on Facebook's part?
You think so?
To see that,
see my nasty tweets about Facebook?
Well, no, but to see how much you use it once you get in compared to when you were out. It's kind of like withholding the cookie from you so that suddenly they give you the cookie.
You think Facebook is in the game of dangling cookies in front of poor app developers?
I don't know.
That's the game.
It seems odd that for such a sophisticated system that knows everything about you in 57,000 different categories, that they can't seem to recognize your face. It's not like you've got some weird face.
Has your face been stolen?
No. That's the quote of the night. It's not like you have some weird face.
Has your on a t-shirt?
Could your face have been like your face like you're in the image of your face? Could it have been stolen? Like, could
absolutely.
somebody, right?
It's not like my face is on the internet or anything.
So then somebody else claimed your face, and then you're blocked out of the rest of it.
What? So like
poor identity theft.
Poor Arnold Schwarzenegger can never get a Facebook account? Like, come on, how does that work?
It is ironic that your face has locked you out of Facebook.
Haha.
Yeah. Anyway, have you ever been through it with Facebook or any other social profile website? Comment below, send us an email, let us know what kind of hassles you've had to go through to redeem your account. Because that's what I'm up against right now with the Bookfaced. The Bookface.
Oh.
But just think of all the free time you've got now.
Exactly.
None. I'm spending way too much time
on support,
damage control with the customer, and trying to figure out how to get in so that I can get this thing fixed for them.
Wow.
That's what I'm up against.
You should just send them some sort of legal notice that you're going to sue them for all the lost revenue.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Come on.
Send it to where? The no
Speaking
reply?
Speaking of time, let's take a commercial break.
Okay.
Jeff?
Yes?
What's your line?
What?
When we return?
Yeah. Never mind. We're going to be back in just a moment's time. When we come back, we're going to be hearing from our viewers about the soldering job that Robbie did last week.
Which
Stick
was
around.
So good.
Yeah, so good. Wow, we're on it.
You can't just throw that out there like, oh, it's your turn.
I can actually do this one because when it's written, I can do it. When we return, we'll hear from our viewers about Robbie's budding soldering abilities.
Oh, my goodness.
Soldering?
Soldering? Is that right?
You know what? I think
it has an L in it. It's
I can't
soldering?
focus. I've got heat stroke. I think that's the issue. It's heat stroke.
I know, I'm warm too. I really...
Oh, my goodness.
I really should have powdered. Now I'm going to be all shiny.
Ain't no amount of powder going to cover what's going on in here. It is like Sahara. It's warm.
I'm wearing a sweater.
It's Canada. What the heck?
Well, like 3 weeks ago, we had snow.
That's true.
Weather's crazy.
How can our igloo be so warm?
Oh, I'm dying. I'm a fat man.
Sorry, that just made me look at my step count. I don't know why.
Really?
I'm a fat man. Got my steps in. She's like, I don't want to be
Legit.
that.
That's exactly where that went.
I do
where
not
that
want to be a fat man.
All right. C128D. Yes. This ought to be good, right? This ought to be good. I think you're in there somewhere, my friend.
Oh, my goodness.
Welcome back. This is Category 5 Technology TV, and tonight we are going back. This is kind of like a continuation of last week's episode where we were talking about this amazing soldering job that Robbie did.
So good.
Oh, so
such a
beautiful.
valiant effort.
It actually worked. It actually
great way to describe it.
Worked. By some kind of television miracle, it worked.
Yes.
Jeff, do you remember way back on episode number 431 when you recommended that I buy battery-powered soldering iron?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
I do.
I just want to say for the record, it sucks.
Well, let's be clear. That is not the one I had.
Oh, let's be clear. That one's not the same. It's not exactly the same model. It's a battery-powered soldering iron.
Mine's great, though.
Is it great? What is it great for?
It's great for little at-home projects.
At-home projects, okay.
Yeah, like I will fix light bulbs.
You know, you can just replace them, right?
No.
How do you fix light bulbs?
When
Like you build a new filament out of solder?
no, like with like I like to tinker. So like with Christmas bulbs, you know how there's the wires that come in to replace them. Sometimes they'll break, and I just don't feel like
All right.
buying a new one or whatever.
So you put them back together?
Yeah, I'll just heat them up, put them together, and they work great. They're
All
fine.
right.
I'll put together some of the kids' toys that break, where they've got little metal elements, stuff like that.
Huh.
So
last week, Jeff, I built this board here, and I did a smashingly good job.
oh my, Quasimodo, man.
Maybe we should pay attention to the 5-volt. It looks pretty good.
Hey, that looks better.
Yeah, that looks pretty
Yeah.
good. That looks pretty good. And I was using this wireless thing, and I really don't like it. And I said to the viewers, I really don't like it. So I know I'm blaming my tools, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I put new batteries in it for the sake of the demonstration. It still didn't really heat up very well. Wasn't really working.
Okay, how did you use it though?
Poorly. I am an amateur,
Okay.
and I am an admitted amateur, but
Right.
I'm learning.
You're learning.
Is
I'm
that
learning.
a quick heat up?
Pretty quick, I'd say like 40 seconds.
Oh
So not
see,
bad.
Mine is like a 5-second heat up.
Oh, when you're showing them 5 seconds?
But like I would never start using it the 5 seconds. I let it heat up, and then I heat the item
All right.
I'm working with. Then I throw the solder in.
Okay. Lots of advice came in after last week's show.
Of course.
Should we tackle this, Sasha?
Yes.
You've got your list of comments that came in. First of all, I'm going to start with Circuit Man's comment.
Yeah, as you
Circuit
should.
Man says it's okay for me to do that because they
Yes.
get longer and angrier as the comments go on. No, everybody, thank you so much for your kindness. That was very kind this week. Circuit Man says, awesome show, and Robbie, your soldering is better than mine.
It's a good start.
Yay.
For someone named Circuit Man, I figure that you are probably in the know, so I appreciate that very much.
Right. Robert Putnam said that soldering iron is fine, but your soldering technique is backward. Wipe
Oh.
the hot... Hey. Wipe the hot tip off with the cloth so that there's minimal solder left.
Okay.
Ideally, the tip will be shiny. Use the clean tip to heat whatever you're soldering and feed the solder onto that piece, not the soldering tip.
Right.
What's happening with your method is that the solder is oxidizing and preventing any flow to the piece.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, that makes sense. So I did a
Okay.
poor job by touching the solder to the hot tip and then touching the tip to the...
Yes.
Right.
Don't do that.
Okay,
Right,
don't
so
do
you
that.
did-
Okay, we're learning.
You did
we're
that?
learning.
Don't do it.
Okay,
Okay.
next up.
From Igerwold.
Igerwold.
Flux is magic. Pen, SMD, or paste through hole.
Okay.
Also said...
I've seen Flux.
Right.
Sorry, did Igerwold say something else?
Also said, yeah, you need some desoldering tools.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
so 2 comments.
also.
First comment is about the flux. So
Yes.
the solder that I bought has 2% flux. So I am a novice. I'm not using solder. I'm not using flux in addition to the solder, but I'm using one with a rosin core.
Right.
So is that going to help me out? Is that going to work? Now, I understand, though, from just doing a little bit of research since our feature last week, that by touching it to the tip first, it's hot, and I'm actually burning off the flux before I get to the board.
Right.
So I'm kind of counteracting the effects of having a flux core.
Right.
But the solder itself has built-in flux.
Now, if you had a flux capacitor, you can go back and tell yourself not to make that mistake, so
That's
you wouldn't
true.
ruin the flux core.
It says 2% on this. A C128D says it's not 2%. It actually, what does it say there?
It says flux, 2%.
2%. Diameter 0.6, and a bunch of numbers that I don't know what they mean. Next up from Igerwald as well. Sorry, what was that one?
Yeah, just that you need some desoldering tools.
Some desoldering tools. Okay, we're gonna come back to that one. Okay.
Okay.
Desoldering is like I've got boxes of circuit boards and motherboards that are dead that I want to be able to desolder, so remove some of the components so that I can then reuse them. So it's like getting free stuff from e-waste, basically.
Right.
So I get some resistors, get some capacitors, loads of capacitors, lots of headers, things like that.
So
okay.
C128D says 63/37 solder, which has 37% flux.
37%?
Wow.
That's a lot of flux.
That's like half
flux is
flux. Wow. Okay, I didn't even know such a thing existed.
Well, now you do.
Okay.
And knowing is half the battle.
When you
Thank
know
you.
better, you do better.
All right.
Marshman.
We're learning here tonight together.
Marshman. Personally, I would never use a battery-powered soldering iron.
Okay.
There's too much risk of a cold solder joint or cold solder joints and flaky connections.
Not that we encountered any of that.
No.
Not that we encountered any of that during our feature.
Yeah. As the battery drains, and if you do a lot of soldering, good luck finding the bad joints.
Right.
As Robert Putnam stated, the technique is to heat the joints and touch the solder to the underside of the iron while in place on the joints.
Okay.
The solder should flow nicely on into the connection. Be careful, too much solder and it will flow out the other side of the board and you have a glob of solder that can cause a short. If the solder balls up instead of flowing, the joint isn't hot enough.
So do you think that that's all it is that I'm not heating up the joint first? Like if I bring this up for you, so let's get a look here. So let's get a look at one of my terrible joints and so I'm going to get out the same wireless soldering iron, which is going to take 45 seconds.
Did you clean it?
No, I haven't cleaned it. I've got this wire thing, but now it was mentioned there that we need to get like a sponge or something to actually clean it off. Now I've got this like wire cleaner that I've seen people use, and I thought, hey, that's cool. Dollar store sells those, so hey, that works, right? And it does work, but it's not a wet sponge.
Right.
So if I heat this up, is it going to make a difference? Let's get some of my 2% flux solder, and let's see how this goes. All right. So I'm going to heat that right up first. Let's use this one because this one looks like I didn't get any solder on there whatsoever. P1.
So what they're saying is heat that up.
Right.
Then let the
Let's get some heat in there.
Then you let the coil
Then
into the heated area. So you don't heat it
let's straighten out my solder there.
and let it draw it in.
Okay. Oh, there's the flux.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
There. Look at that.
Wow.
Oh, you did it.
What a difference
Oh,
that made.
That looks really good.
Thank you, Sasha. What a change from your attitude last week. Well, then.
So, I hate to be Captain Obvious, but does the battery-powered unit work?
Does it work?
Yes.
Yeah, and I put new batteries in it for the sake of the demonstration
Right.
last week. Absolutely.
Okay.
It does. Like, I had it turned on
So
during the
I feel
demonstration.
I feel vindicated.
Okay. All right. Viewers, thank you so much. This is part of what I love about Category 5 TV versus other webcasts, other TV shows, is that we try to be very interactive. And this is an opportunity for you to teach us. And in so, we're kind of bringing that about and bringing it back to the viewers as well. So hopefully this is a good learning experience for all of us.
That's true.
Next up.
So Sean White, and
Hey, Sean.
I love this, says, amazing 555 episode number.
Episode 555 last week.
Yeah. Nice work, amazing tech tips. Love the micro tech. I smell espionage tactics.
Nope, that is Flux.
Says, well done. After 555 episodes, still by far the best tech show out there, and I've looked a lot. Keep up the amazing work.
Wow, thanks, Sean.
So even when you have a horrible soldering job, we're still the best thing out there.
What is this gang up on Robbie Day? Like, come on.
That was a really great one.
It worked.
He was saying 555 was amazing.
And P1 was great.
Yes.
So just now that you've got the solder working, imagine how more amazing 556 is going to be.
Oh, 556, we've already shown you
Right.
how good 556 is.
Right.
Yeah.
JM, was 555 a coincidence? I'm about where Robbie is with this stuff, and soon you'll find out that 555 is a somewhat special number in beginning intermediate electronics.
Oh.
I did not know that.
I didn't either.
The timing circuit. 555. No, that was entirely unintentional. Last week, we've been doing this show for every single week for 555 weeks, specifically so that Robbie could do a miserable soldering job with a miserable tool. That's what we've been working toward. Like, everything led up to that moment. No, we didn't intend that. That wasn't a plan.
Well, we just needed a baseline soldering job from you so that we can gauge.
That was
from
the
there.
base. So that now we can see on episode 1055 how far Robbie has come.
Exactly.
And it will be a robot in my place.
Yeah, AI running the show.
Yeah. Next up, V2.
Vito Joe
CR.
All
right.
Some comments on your soldering to make some improvements.
Okay, so here we go. Once again, showing how the community comes together and is directing us and giving us feedback that is going to improve our soldering job.
Yes. So number 1, use lead-based solder unless you want it to fail.
Okay.
Your soldering iron can also work at lower temperatures.
With lead-based solder. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that. There's a couple of reasons that I switched from lead. Now, here in Canada, I can't get approval to sell devices that I create if they contain lead solder.
Right.
So I decided to change to lead-free because I do intend to eventually get to the point where I'm good enough that, hey, some of the things that I'm building can be sellable.
Right.
We're not there yet.
No.
Don't worry, I'm not selling you anything with miserable joints.
This could be yours.
Now, with that in mind, earlier when C28D said 6337, that's the tin lead ratio. So that wouldn't work in this case.
Oh, okay.
If you're going to be
okay, so
reselling
that's one of the reasons.
Yeah,
so that's
for home use, but if you're going to resell it, you can't use that. But for home use, you'd be fine.
Okay, so there's 2 other reasons. I don't have good ventilation. That's reason number 2. I don't want to be breathing it in.
Nope.
I don't want to
be like the Mad Hatter.
This is a great hobby, but I don't really need cancer right now. And so I'll learn with lead-free. I'm happy with that.
Good call.
The third reason kind of stems from that, but also my kids. I really want my kids to participate. And so part of it is getting their hands on the solder, getting in there, and we're using lead-free solder so that I don't feel worried that my 10-year-old is putting his fingers in his mouth after soldering something with a lead core. So there's a couple of things there. So absolutely sure, lead-based solder may be better for some uses, especially in professional soldering jobs. But I think for me, I'm going to stick with the lead-free. So we just got to make it work.
Right.
Point number 2.
Yeah. Point number 2. You don't add the solder to the tip until you've heated up what you're soldering. Then and only then you add the solder.
Thank you. Okay, so
that one out.
Yeah, Marshman commented on that as well. So excellent point, and we proved tonight that is a very good comment.
Right. Number 3, if you put the solder on the tip, you need to clean it off.
Just like that.
Makes sense.
Everything that you did, you need to undo, Robbie. I heard you thinking that.
Yes. So the longer the solder is on the tip of your iron, the more flux you destroy.
Oh.
Just what I was saying.
Yes.
And it was in my head because of V2 Joe CR's comment.
Right.
Having read it earlier. Very interesting and good point that I'm actually burning off the flux,
Yes.
which is going to cause issues with my solder joint. Absolutely. And
Yeah.
I understand that. So that's cool.
And then keeping in line with that, flux is your friend. It helps the solder to connect to your components. He says as a bonus tip,
Ba-dum-bum.
please watch some Better
A
People solder
soldering tip.
before you make an attempt to put it on
Please
TV.
what?
Please watch some Better People solder before you make an attempt at soldering on TV.
Hey, come on now. Come on now. Okay. So let's back up and talk a little bit about what Category 5 represents. And first, before I get into that, I want to tell you and everyone viewing, never let someone tell you don't show what you are learning. Don't
Right.
never be afraid to fail. Never be afraid to show that I'm not good at this. I'm learning. And the reason I say that is because I think if we all need to achieve this excellence before we're willing to share it with the world, then Category 5 wouldn't exist.
I'm proud of you.
Aw.
It's like a
thanks.
public service announcement.
That's a really great message, just right across the whole globe.
It's what Category 5 represents.
Yeah.
Like, we started with a webcam and we stepping stoned our way up.
Yeah.
And we're looking at stepping stones tonight. And along that line, never, ever feel that way. You need to be able to fail, and you need to be able to do it in the public eye, and it's okay.
And it's okay to have friends that laugh at you.
And it is, absolutely. And it's cool to learn, and I love this show because I can learn with you, and we can learn together, and I appreciate your comments, and we're learning together. I did a pretty good solder joint there.
Yeah, you did.
And how many times have we done episodes where you're programming something?
And it fails?
Yeah, and it just it goes horribly wrong. But that's part of what makes the show great, is because some of those shows are the greatest shows to learn from, because you watch it and you go, oh my goodness, I've made the same mistake 100 times and I couldn't figure out what the issue was.
I think we're real too.
Well, yeah, exactly.
There are a lot of great shows.
Yep. We're not just CG.
There are a lot of great shows on YouTube and on television that they figure everything out beforehand and they do it when it's perfect.
Yes.
And so then I, as the lay person, feel like I'm not at that level. I can't achieve this. I can't try this.
Yeah.
Let's start here and let's work our way up together.
You know, to be honest, it wasn't pretty, but it worked.
It worked.
Like, you did it.
I did it. I did it.
Go team.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you for the comment. I appreciate that.
So C128D
Yes.
first has said recently in the chat room that you need to use separate flux paste
That's if you're
using
lead-free.
if you're using lead free.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's important.
So let me get this straight. Even though I have a 2% flux core in my solder, so I thought, oh, well, it has flux built in, so I don't need to buy flux. Are you telling me I need to go out and buy flux paste so that I can add that to my solder joints before I heat them up? Is that the idea?
Right.
C128 D is here with us live. We'll move on with your
right,
questions,
so
and
then-
we'll come back to your response to that question.
Okay, so C128D also says, Robbie, you don't need to spend a lot of money to get a decent soldering iron. All you need is one that plugs into a wall outlet and runs off of AC current. Any of the Weller line would work out quite well for your needs and are reasonably priced. Just select one that is between 20 and 40 watts. Amazon carries them for about $15 to $30 US. Not sure what that is in Canadian rupees. And they do an excellent job. Weller, I can't say this word. Solder. Because there's an L in it.
We're always going to get somebody.
Stations.
One of our biggest fans is going to say, "It's solder." No, it's solder.
It's solder.
Yeah.
I'm just always going to try and say so.
A Weller soldering station.
Normally start at about $100 US.
Okay.
Getting one of the regular irons now and having it as a backup when you can afford the soldering station wouldn't be a waste of money either.
Yeah.
The iron is more portable and less of a hassle for a quick and dirty repair than the station is. But the main thing is that just about any AC powered soldering iron will be better than a battery powered toy. Be sure to use 6037 solder. It's better for electrical work than 6040.
Okay. C128D, you said it without saying it. Stepping stones. right? Because in my mind, I'm thinking I need a soldering station. I need the at least the entry level of the best. Right? Bang on, my friend. This is what it's about, is finding that stepping stone. So cheap, battery powered, doesn't really do a very good job. The batteries don't last long. The batteries don't last long enough for doing a good sized project.
No, I agree. That's why it's good for small things.
For like a quick, like 2 joints.
Yes.
And then you're done. Now, I love what C128D pointed out here, that you can get away with just a standard soldering iron, which is a big step up from this little guy, but not going to cost me the amount of my dream station. So I can work my way up to that soldering station.
Right.
But right now I can get started with something a little less.
Very cool.
And I did.
No.
And I did.
What did you do?
First, let's look at David Fear.
Okay.
David Fear says, get one of these, and points us to a link to a $70 OLED programmable soldering iron.
Okay.
On Banggood. Very cool. But still $70. So I may as well look at the $100 soldering station at that point. It's starting to get a little bit close to the price. And recommends as well that we look at 6337 or 6040 leaded solder, going back to my comments. So based on largely what C128D said about being able to start with something cheap and work your way up, and then still use that old one as just for the little tinkering here and there.
Totally works.
And then based on reading what David Fear sent and saying, hey, yeah, we can do that, I got on Amazon, and you can head on over to cat5.tv/solder kit. And it arrived already. So obviously available on Prime. And I picked one of these up.
Let's see.
And it is way microscopic compared to what I was expecting. I was expecting from the picture that this was going to be like a full-size toolbox.
Right, that's little.
It's like a mini toolbox. Should we get into this? Yeah. Okay, let's get this out of the way so that I can show you folks this. So this was the next step from this. This cost me $30. Now I'll tell you, C128D, you mentioned like the $16 Wellers and things like that. I got on Amazon, I started looking around, and the cheapest that we could get here in Canada was $22 Canadian, and it was not brand name, and it was just a cheap soldering iron.
Right.
So why I went with this kit, it's only $8 more. It came with the box. It came with extra tips, and it came with some extra essentials. So let's get in here. Okay. And this is going to also take us back to Iger Wold's comment about having desoldering tools.
Right.
Okay. Let's get in here. So into the box. Boom. First and foremost, a solder sucker.
Oh.
There you go.
Is that for excess solder?
Oh, that's fun.
It also pinches your face.
Is that for excess? Like
this is for removing solder, so you can heat up the solder and then suck it off.
Okay, gotcha.
So that you can remove chips and things and reuse.
That is cool.
Or fix when you mess things up. So that, if you ask me, that's worth probably the extra $8 anyways.
Oh, exactly.
It came with a whole bunch of solder. Now, what is this? Lead-free solder wire.
Perfect.
This is 2.0 flux, 20 gauge. No, 0.8 millimeter versus my 0.6 that I have here.
Right.
So similar to what I have, but it's got a lot.
Yeah.
20 grams, I guess that is. Okay, so it's got this itty bitty tiny toolbox. How cute is that? All right, it's got a box within there. What do we have? And remember, this was only $30, so okay, what do you expect for $30? It's got a little stand that is basically just a cheap little tray with a couple of nuts that, hey, you can hold your soldering iron there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got a sponge that you can wet to clean it. So I didn't have one of these. Now I do. So that's cool. But it's not as nice of a holder as my helping hands.
No.
So I'll probably just end up using my helping hands anyways. But if you don't already have helping hands, that's something anyways.
Then, exactly.
Fits in the box kind of thing. Okay, what else have we got? We've got a couple of tweezers.
Right.
These are anti-static, and I like that. The tweezers that I have become magnetic, so I needed new ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's a pain because I'm working with little itty-bitty resistors, and they're magnetized to the tongs, which makes it really, really hard. Then we've got the soldering iron, obviously, but a couple of extra things that came in the kit. It's got desoldering wire. That's cool.
Nice.
Desoldering wire.
Desoldering wire. I can put this on all those bad joints that I made.
Right.
And I can touch this to it and heat it up, and it will suck in the solder, absorb it, and then I take it away, and the solder is off of the joint.
No.
Yeah, so I need
good.
this when I correct the soldering joints that I've created. Okay. Then I've got my soldering tool. Here you go. Now, what really excited me about this, and Dave Fear pointed it out on the one for $70. Let's actually bring this up through the magnifier, through the microscope, so that you can see what I'm seeing here. It has a temperature gauge, and it goes from from 200C all the way up to 450. And it's just a dial. So for a cheap little thing, that's pretty good. Look at what else we've got. It does go up to 60 watts.
Cool.
So it's a pretty, it's going to heat up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Apparently, should do a pretty good job. We'll see. I mean, we're going to be checking it out on future demonstrations and seeing how it works. So, but then it also came with 5 extra tips. So we've got some extra tips there that came with this, and each one is a little bit different for different jobs. Right. And I expect that as I grow and learn how each one works, then that's going to be cool. So if I remove this, I can see there's my tip.
Oh, so you just slide it right off.
And then it's got a ceramic core.
Oh, okay.
So the ceramic core, apparently I'm learning, is very quick to heat up.
Yes.
And so that's a good thing. I'm going to gently put that back on.
I have a hair straightener that's similar.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So does that heat up really well?
It does.
Good. I like that it has the adjustable temperature. And it does have also an inline power switch, which was an added bonus because you normally have to unplug one of these kinds of soldering irons. So it's a good start. I think this is a great little kit.
$30?
Yeah.
For $30, yeah. And it's available in our shop now, cat5.tv/solder kit. Now, I've been able to get, obviously it's available here in Canada as you see it here. It's also available in the United States as you see it here. In the UK, they don't have exactly the same kit, but I found one that's very similar, and it's only 14 pounds. So, so you can check that out. And it even has a couple of extra things in the UK, but I obviously can't test it because it's a little bit different. But it looks like about the same thing, and it is what it is. It's a cheap soldering iron, but it's better than what I have, and it's going to get me started.
Exactly.
And I like that it came with all this extra stuff that I'm going to need anyways for my projects, and just a cheap little case, which appeases my need to have organization, because otherwise everything just sits in a cardboard box.
Now, is it a quick, cool solder iron as well?
Well, I haven't plugged it in yet, but I don't expect so.
No? Okay.
I didn't read anything about it being anything special.
That's why you have that handy little holder.
Quick to heat up.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is quick to heat up.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah, but I can put it in my helping hands, turn off the power switch, which I guess is going to help anyways, because being able to turn off the power switch and turn it back on and it's got quick heating, then it should work pretty well. But we will find out on a future episode how much better that works than my old battery-powered soldering iron. So you don't want to miss some of the features that we've got coming up. And do check out that kit, cat5.tv/solder kit. We've got to take a really quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Cool?
Yes.
What's the chat room thing?
They're talking solder and lead and
zit removal.
everything else.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, with that sucky thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would work.
And
would work.
apparently somebody just realized I'm a redhead.
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing because of the beard. I don't know.
The beard helps.
Yeah. The foo.
The foo.
Although that's the second person now in the last 4 days. My my nephew, we're out for dinner for Mother's Day, and he's like, "Oh, you have a beard? Oh, it's red like my dad's." He's like, "How do you have red hair in your beard? You're blonde." No, I'm not. He's like, "I just thought you colored your hair."
Huh.
No, you can't get this color of red with dye.
That same kid said to me, "How do you got such a brown beard when you're bald?" It's like, you're dumb, kid.
Really random and somewhat on the same topic. When I went to the optometrist and they were doing the prescription thing and everything, they had to put my eye color into the description of my irises, I suppose. Yep. Turns out, according to the optometrist, my eyes are gray. I always thought my eyes were brown. My eyes are gray.
Gray?
Gray. I have gray eyes.
Yeah, there's a gray outside and a brown center.
Yeah. That classifies them as gray.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I didn't know.
I would not say you have brown eyes.
I always have said I have brown eyes.
Nope, they're gray.
I go from the inside out. It's the outside in.
I knew a guy, his wife's eyes changed color with her blood pressure. It was very cool.
So when
Mood
she was
eyes.
getting mad.
She's actually a werewolf.
Yeah, it would vary between blue and green and brown. So depending on her eyes, and I didn't even know that there was blood vessels in the colored part, but turns out there is.
Guys, I am shocked at how much of a difference it makes just to have the right technique. Look at P1 versus P0 and P2 and
So
what a difference.
Solbu, no, there's not an audience, but we have a camera taking auto photos.
Look at P1.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a damn
I'm
good
glad we
soldering
did
joint right there.
yesterday, last week's show.
Oh, me too. And we're learning together. This is fun. All right, I'm going to move this out of the shot.
So, Solbu, are the camera clicks really loud, or is it just you can hear it in the background?
Just when we're not talking.
That's
okay.
true.
Yeah.
We just have to
so
keep
we just
talking.
have to sing for you so that you can't hear the camera click.
Nope.
Didn't like that?
Nope, I ain't doing that.
Ratings just went down. How do we lose everybody?
Earlier today, one of the patients was like, Sasha will sing to you. And the kid actually was like, no. Oh, well,
Oh, that
then.
was-
Your reputation
was sweet of the
precedes you,
kid.
Sasha.
That was sweet of the kid. What is
I
it
know.
about kids being jerks?
It's true. Kids
Flash bulb.
can
There's
be
no
jerks.
flash bulbs going off.
Can-
That's just the glare off my head when I turn.
We have fluorescent lights above us, so maybe
Some of us do. That was
maybe
noticed today,
you're seeing
too.
the flickering, but
That stage.
No, they shouldn't. We're 60 hertz.
yeah, that's true. I don't know.
I plan for these things.
Says it's not annoying or loud. You just notice.
Next time I'll put the 200 mil lens on it and I'll put it halfway across the room. How's that sound? Good.
Like paparazzi.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna practically go straight into the news because it's.
But then we do another break, right?
Do we?
Do we? Do we
Oh,
do
yeah,
a break?
that's
in between?
right. Yeah, from
I
on
was
the
I
news.
was weirded out by that.
Yeah, because we needed to take a break, but then I figured we don't have time to do any more soldering tonight.
No, we don't.
So what if she just hops in?
Did we have anything?
What did we say going out?
I don't mind taking 2 breaks. I don't know how the people watching will feel. I could sing to you while you decide.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, it's warm in here.
I know. I asked the landlord to turn on the AC, but obviously he didn't get the memo. Sorry, guys.
It's all good.
So how do we do it?
Okay, so you did have the zoom in, but you've just cleared everything off. So
Yeah.
so
So I can just be like, boom. I don't know what we said, so I don't know what I can do.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Well, you talked about you can pick it up on our website, category5.tv /
cat5.tv
Yeah. So just do that. Zoom in on you doing that, and then let's go over to the newsroom.
Okay, good.
Yep.
So you can pick that up on our website, cat5.tv / solder kit. And I'm really impressed with the stuff that it comes with. I mean, it's what it is for the price, but it's a great stepping stone to help us get started, help us to improve our game when it comes to our soldering technique and everything else. So we're going to head over to the newsroom. Sasha Rickman, how are you?
I am awesome. And here are the stories we're covering this week in the Category5.tv newsroom. Malware has been found hiding inside software in the Ubuntu Sorry. You moved. Snap.
Yeah, it was Snap. Oh, snap.
Swap
Oh,
store? Can
snap.
we just go back a little bit?
Take 3?
Okay.
So you can get yours at cat5.tv/solder kit. Now, I know it is just a cheap kit. It's going to get you started. It's going to improve our game. It's going to help me to do a little bit better when it comes to soldering. And some of the things that we're learning here on Category 5 Technology TV is really helpful as well. If you've got comments you want to share with us, comment below or head over to our YouTube channel on our website, category5.tv. If you're watching on cable TV, there are so many different ways that you can interact with us. We'd love to hear from you and love to find out what we could do better. But we're going to head over to the newsroom now. Sasha Rickman, how are you?
I am great. Thank you. Here are the stories we're covering this week in the Category5.tv newsroom. Malware has been found hiding inside software in the Ubuntu Snap Store. After 33 years, Notepad finally displays text files properly. Facebook is launching its own blockchain division as part of a broader reorganization of its executive lineup. And Nintendo is bringing back its outrageously popular $60 NES Classic Edition console next month. These stories are coming right up. Don't go anywhere. So it turns out my contacts and that glare are having some issues.
We should comment about that.
Maybe we can. I cannot read. Can only I can read in the upper half.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm. Gives me a sneaky little window.
All right, we're live and everything.
I'm Sasha Rickman, and here are the top stories we're following this week.
Oh, but wait. You don't have your glasses on this week.
No, I switched to contacts.
Switch to contacts?
Yes.
And how's that going for you?
Well, it's going to be a bit of a tricky little learning curve, I think.
Should we bring the teleprompter in?
Maybe.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
It's not bad. I just... some of the words I cannot read.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Yep, she's going to
The
make it up.
optometrist actually asked me, can you see this line? Can you see that line?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, yeah, it's good. Turns out I should have had the teleprompter with me so I could...
There you go.
Oh, wait, that's not going to work. All right. Malware has been found hiding inside software in the Ubuntu Snap Store. A pair of seemingly normal apps hosted by the Canonical-backed App Hub were discovered to contain a cryptocurrency miner disguised as the System D daemon. The affected apps also shipped an init script to auto-load the malicious code on boot and allow it to run in the background on affected systems. Canonical says it has removed all applications from the author pending further investigation since learning of the flaw via a GitHub issue on the weekend. Because the Snap Store doesn't provide public-facing install numbers for apps it holds, it's unclear how many Linux users have been affected by this minor issue, although it's worth noting that both apps were only uploaded in late April. Regardless of the exact figure, it's a given that many users will now be asking how this was allowed to happen in the first place. Pardon me. How is it possible for malware to find its way into the Snap Store and onto users' systems? The code in question was first found by GitHub user Towerder in an app purporting to be a version of the popular 2048 game. Curious as to why the app added a system startup script, they checked it out and saw that it was for a cryptocurrency miner tool. The user then checked another app uploaded to the Snap Store by the same developer, and guess what? They also found it contained the same Bitcoin miner script, linked to the same email address. This situation marks the first major security issue in the Snappy packaging system, but although unwelcome, this particular fail is not necessarily as frightening as it sounds at first, nor is it necessarily a fault with the Snappy format. All apps uploaded in the Snap Store undergo automatic testing to ensure that they work and install correctly for users on multiple Linux distros. Snap apps are not checked line by line for anything suspicious or out of the ordinary. Therefore, under the current framework, there was simply no way to detect or prevent this malware from being bundled up with an app and made available on the Snap Store. Any theoretical pre-detection would have been hard to do given that both of the affected apps were uploaded as proprietary software. Their code was not available to check. The cryptocurrency miners in this instant can be considered malware because they weren't mentioned in the store description and they used system resources without permission or user knowledge for a task that wasn't authorized. That said, the mining scripts themselves don't seem to do anything malicious to the system itself. For example, they don't harvest data, inject code, or hijack browsers. It is possible that the app author in question wasn't being intentionally malicious, given the lack of effort to disguise the malware and the inclusion of a hardcore email address mentioning a Ferrari. They may have been attempting to draw attention to a hole in the Snapcraft vetting model. Pardon me. And if so, it worked.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
So to be fair,
Holy.
to be fair, you try reading the news on national television with no eyes.
I am
Well done.
blind.
You made it through.
Okay, but thinking of the story,
Yes.
if somebody is going to be downloading apps, what kind of things should they be looking for to make sure that this kind of situation hasn't happened? Like, how would you know?
Yeah. I think what it boils down to is just recognizing that this is not an issue with the Ubuntu system or the
Right.
ecosystem. It's not an issue with downloading from, it's not them. It's not their problem. It's not anything to do with Ubuntu, only that it shows that we need to be more careful as
Right.
users. So, for example, and I'll just kind of break this down for you. So GitHub is a very popular place to get software because coders can upload their open source software and distribute it there, and they can even distribute binary closed source stuff, and it's there on GitHub. Well, if I install it and it has malware in it, then I am kind of to blame because I've trusted the source. It's not that I've trusted GitHub, it's that I've trusted the coder who's distributing it.
Right.
So similarly, in an app store, I'm trusting the developer. So do I know this developer? Is it an official release? Is it a release from the people who are actually developing this software, or is it a third party? So we have to be careful, and we look at things like GIMP 2.9. Is it 2.9 that has come out? Yeah, 2.9. And so when we go to GIMP.org, for example, this is GNU Image Manipulation Program, a Photoshop alternative. So when we go to their website, GIMP.org, we know that we are dealing with the developers, the folks who have built this software. So we can trust that. If we go to a third-party store, app store, not necessarily buying it, it's free, but if we go to a third-party website and download it from there, what's to say they haven't injected something into it? Because we, the user, are downloading it from an untrusted source.
Right.
In Linux, it's a bit difficult.
Yes.
So your question, how do we know if we're... Well, we just have to be careful and be mindful that if we are downloading from third-party sources, we need to kind of vet them a little bit.
Right.
Are these trustworthy sources? Are they related to the official distribution? I do a lot of software development. I do NEMS Linux, for example. And I have, I am officially a part of the Nagios Exchange. I'm endorsed by Nagios Enterprises. And so there's a certain level of, I'm nothing to do with Nagios, but I am kind of, I'm official, if you will, as a third party.
Right.
Right.
So you just have to vet that and say, hey, okay, that I can trust, but maybe not the next one. It's really tough. And I guess with, it boils down to doing what this person has done and said, oh, I found out that the software had this malicious code, so I'm going to report it.
Right.
That's what it comes down to.
Do you think that perhaps that person who had released this maybe actually was illustrating the loophole? Like, could it
Possibly,
have been just
but they could have been also just tapping into a free resource that would have allowed them to mine some cryptocurrency.
right?
I mean, there is nothing, and I think what the story points to is that there is nothing wrong with mining cryptocurrency. There's nothing wrong with cryptocurrency mining. What is a problem here, and what classifies this as malware, is the fact that it went into systems who entirely did not opt in for crypto mining. They opted in for a game.
Yes.
Right.
So that's where it's malicious. It's not the mining process, and it's not Ubuntu. It's that there is this mining code in something that it's not supposed to be in.
Right. Okay.
That's a big topic. That could be a show.
That's its
That
own
could be-
show.
Absolutely.
After 33 years, Notepad finally displays text files properly. Yeah, Notepad has been around for as long as Windows, originally shipping with Windows 1.0 way back in 1985. However, it's taken Microsoft 33 years to fix one of Notepad's most annoying problems. It can't display all text files correctly. While that may sound ridiculous, it has been a frustration for anyone attempting to open a text file in Notepad that was created on a Unix, Linux, or Mac OS system. The text output is garbled, and it's all because of the line endings. As Microsoft explains on its developer blog, until now, Notebook supported text documents containing Notepad, supported text documents containing 3 types of line ending characters. They're all Windows end of line characters: carriage return and line feed. If the text document uses those, the output in Notepad will be perfectly formatted. Text documents created in Unix, Linux, or Mac OS use different line ending characters. When you try and open them in Notepad, you see a garbled mess of text since all of the line breaks are missing. The latest Windows 10 Insider build contains the updated version of Notepad, complete with additional line ending support. The status bar will even show you which endings the file uses.
Cool. It's about
Okay.
time. It is
Yes.
absolutely about time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like 33 years
I
about
feel
time.
like Notepad, you had one job.
I have to install Atom on every Windows system just so I can open files.
It's very annoying that there's been this software that really is useless for so long.
Yeah.
Right.
And yet we still open our files, manually re-add the carriage returns.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Like, it's such a simple fix, really, when you think. I mean, maybe there's a lot of back-end changes they've had to make because of the way the system works. But
No, this is just Microsoft being cocky and saying, "Oh, everyone will conform to us."
Right.
You know how they were with Internet Explorer,
yeah,
and then
that's true.
finally realized, okay, well, this is not going our way, so we'll drop that. Now,
But, okay, so-
Notepad is finally.
to say 33 years is like, wow, 33 years is a lot. Let's put a perspective on this. I'm 34. Pretty much my entire existence, they've been ignoring this problem.
Right.
How much has technology changed since I was a baby?
Yeah.
And they're just getting around to this now. It's like, come on, Microsoft.
Right.
Oh
I
my
know. So
goodness.
okay, so does this mean that if I'm at a computer and I'm opening a Word document, but I'm using like LibreOffice, can I open it in? Oh wait,
In Notepad, no.
no.
Notepad
Okay.
is for like. Are you familiar with .txt files? So they are strictly text,
Okay.
and not just .txt. Like they can be .sh files, for example. Would be another one that I try to open.
Yeah. You
Every
can open
time.
like a JavaScript file.
Anything,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
anything that is just plain text. There's no formatting. It's just there's no bolds. There's no underlines. It's just plain text. Usually scripts or README files to explain how things work and stuff like that.
Okay.
But it's been useless up until now.
Completely, evidently.
Yeah. So it's about time. Yay!
Yeah.
Finally, Windows 10 is stepping into 1987.
Yippee! Facebook is launching its own blockchain division as part of a broader recognition of its executive lineup. Reorganization of its executive lineup.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the eyes to click in.
It's okay. It's going to be...
This is... How long have you been with contacts?
This is day 2.
This is day 2.
Okay, so
folks.
what's happening?
And she hasn't changed them. That's the problem.
Okay, no, I've changed them. Okay, here's the problem I'm having, so I can describe it to you so that you understand what's happening. If I don't blink, which I can't be blinking constantly while reading the teleprompter, it's like they haze right over, and then I can't see through them. I need to like blink them clear, but then it's the words are moving.
Do you want me to like stand here misting you?
I know.
Like get a mister?
I'm having some problems just seeing just blurriness instead of words.
Okay, so where are we at here?
Okay, let's just
we're
start
talking about how Facebook is launching a blockchain division, and they're reorganizing their executive lineup.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. So the move comes 4 months after CEO Mark Zuckerberg said in a Facebook post that he wanted the company to go deeper and study the positive and negative aspects of cryptocurrency. The company is saying little about its blockchain division for now, but we do know that David Marcus, who was serving as the vice president of messaging products and overseeing Facebook Messenger, will be running the blockchain group. Interestingly, he is also the former CEO of PayPal with a longtime interest in payment systems. He also currently serves on the board of Bitcoin exchange Coinbase. Instagram's current vice president of product, Kevin Weil, will be leaving that role to join Facebook's blockchain team. The two positions are the only ones announced so far for the team and come amid a lot of other employee reshuffling.
Interesting.
Huge.
So, Facebook cryptocurrency.
Or cryptocurrency payment platform.
Right.
That's what we need. We need to be able to buy Category 5 shirts by Turtle Coin and and so on and so forth. That's what's going to take cryptocurrency to the next level of being a viable currency, is being able to transact.
I agree. My hesitation though is Facebook, really? They control enough of the world, and they've just shown that they completely screwed up not releasing our data. If they have some sort of a back end to a blockchain technology that is tied into your entire profile and everything, like the linkage and the marketing that could come out of this is now insurmountable. To say, oh, by the way, so we've determined that this age group who like to do these things that pretend to text to get out of awkward situations are most likely to be the ones to buy into this Bitcoin or this coin and to do it at this rate, and they're more likely to be minors, and therefore we're going to target. Like, really?
I don't even want to go there, though, Jeff. Like, we can get into conspiracy theories, but
it's not even. It's just. I am a fan of spreading the wealth, and I think Facebook is getting to the point of having, dare I say it, too much social power.
So they need to pull a Google, and instead of having everything under this massive company,
have side companies.
Have individual little companies that they can make mistakes with. And
go the way of like Coca-Cola, who's got a bazillion brands underneath it.
Yeah.
At least doing it that way, it doesn't seem as conglomerate, we're going to own you. This way, it's like, it's your Facebook coin with your Facebook account. And by the way, have you got your Facebook toilet paper? Like,
they have that? Nice.
I'm sure it's coming.
Oh, it's so social. I just don't want that posting on my wall.
I didn't see at first how the two would be connected, really, but not the toilet paper, Facebook and blockchain. Right? But I guess it is with, I guess.
Oh, there could be but think about this. If you want to be concerned about your privacy, what if they're using the blockchain to encrypt and protect? Right, just for authentication and things like that. I like the idea of having someone other than PayPal. Right now, I'm quite fed up with PayPal. I don't know if you guys know this, and if you're in America, you probably don't care. Maybe you do because you love us. But PayPal pulled out all of their debit cards from Canada. So
Really?
Yeah. So
when did that happen?
about 2 months ago.
I did not know that.
So if you're in Canada and you carry a PayPal debit card to give you access to your funds that are in your PayPal account, you've just lost access to it if you live in Canada. So I'm not happy with them whatsoever at this point. So I'd love to see someone else rise up that can give me a way to transact, especially if they can provide me a way to transact without having to wait 3 days to withdraw money to my Canadian bank account.
Right.
And convert currencies. I have to convert from US dollars to Canadian dollars to put it in my account, and I lose a few points on the transaction. Like, it's stupid. So I'd like to see something else.
Mm-hmm.
That's
This
just
could be step one.
Yeah, just step one.
Nintendo is bringing back its outrageously popular $60 NES Classic Edition console next month. The console was intended as a limited time offering. It went on sale in late 2016 and was discontinued in April of 2017. Between the low price and the heavy draw of Nintendo nostalgia, the NES Classic Edition was a major hit. As a result, it was nearly impossible to find. And now Nintendo says it's bringing back the console. Nintendo tweeted on Sunday night, #NES Classic Edition will return to stores on June 29th. They also said this system and the #NES Classic Edition system are expected to be available through to the end of the year. It's great news for anyone who missed out on the chance to buy the NES Classic Edition during its brief window of availability. The only other way to buy one at this point is to go through third-party resellers like eBay, where prices are often triple or more than the original $60 cost of the console. The same 30 classic NES games that shipped with the first run of the NES Classic Edition will ship on the new production run as well. So
We saw this coming.
this is smart for Nintendo. Supply and demand, complete control.
But they are the masters of this. I mean, every time Nintendo has come out with a new console, I mean, look at when the Wii came out. They're like, hey, we've got the Wii. And people were spending $3,000 to buy a stupid console on eBay because they had to get the Wii.
Yep.
Right.
Nintendo is amazing at this. They go, how many people need this? 1 billion? Let's make 5. and
Supply
then
demand indeed.
they put the other, billion in a warehouse somewhere and then go, all right, they've waited long enough, throw it out there, and people jump at it. I mean, it's a great marketing system.
Right.
But in the meantime, it's 30 games.
Yeah.
30 retro games.
Raspberry Pi can get you so much more.
Need I remind you? If I just reach down here.
Haha, how many games on that?
Does this look like an NES Classic to you?
It does.
Does it? I mean, come on now. With HDMI output, because that's a Raspberry Pi 3B Plus. And that has like 3,000 games on it.
Right.
I'm not saying this is legal. I'm just saying it's awesome. So it's not officially endorsed by Nintendo.
But it works.
Just waiting for the lights to turn off.
But if you've got all the, like if you have the freeware ROMs, because some of them you can get freeware.
I refer to abandonware, and I realize the chat room will now erupt and say abandonware is not actually a thing, but it's like it's software that is so old that it's just not sellable anymore.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you can find some of them on like archive.org.
Sure. Yeah. True enough.
So I mean, if you find them there and you get them as a ROM, like who cares?
Yeah. So that's my homebrew little NES Classic. How do you like that?
Great.
And we taught how to do that on Category 5 Technology TV, didn't we? So
We certainly did.
A while ago, Retro Pi, there was a game. You couldn't figure out what it was.
last week
Last
you
week
talked about
we
it?
figured it out.
it out. Yeah.
okay.
Sasha realized it's Snokey.
Snokey.
All right.
Snokey. Make sure you tune into episode 555 of
It was
Category 5 Technology
huge,
TV.
actually. That episode was amazing.
And if you want to see how far games have come, Jeff, from that era to, like, because this also has an Atari 2600 on it.
Right.
From that era all the way up to the HTC Vive.
Yes.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Big thanks this week to Roy W. Nash and our community of viewers for submitting stories to us. Thanks for watching the Category5.tv newsroom. Don't forget to like and subscribe for all your tech news with a slight Linux bias. And for more free content, be sure to check out our website. From the Category5.tv newsroom, I'm Sasha Rickman.
Thank you, Sasha. I'm Robbie Ferguson.
I'm Jeff Weston.
It's been so great having you here this week. I hope that you've had a lot of fun. Please remember, we love and we thrive off of your communication. Get onto our website, category5.tv. Find all the different ways that you can communicate with us. There are links to our YouTube channel. Maybe you're already watching on YouTube and you can give us that thumbs up, that subscribe, and even comment below. We'd greatly appreciate that. And we may just quote you on the air. So say nice things.
Always say nice things.
Have a wonderful week, everybody.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I am dying!
What, from standing?
Oh, it's so hot, man.
Oh, from heat.
Yeah. See, I overheat in the
'Kay.
winter.
The Foo is my best friend. You're my best friend, the Foo.
Larger font?
Like a million tips on how to make my eyeballs feel better.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't see those.
Obviously I have like a keen eye for things that'll help me. Okay, intro. Blinking a lot for 10 seconds. I did do the saline drips, by the way. I did do them before we went live, but evidently it's hot and dry in here.
Oh, it's very dry.
My eyeballs are...
I think if I turned around, I'd have a nice, like, wet back. It's been dripping the whole show. It's that warm in here. It's crazy.
I think that the teleprompter is, what, a 6-inch teleprompter? So when the Foo mentions, like right now, here's what's, that's all that fits.
Yeah.
Can you
So
just
I can't really make it
get
any
over
bigger than
here
that.
and be where my head is so that you can see
So
what
I gotta
see?
like crouch way down.
But see that how glary that is?
How glary.
Can you see how glary that
Here's
is?
what's coming up in the Category5.tv newsroom.
You're obviously not in the same place.
Malware has been found
There we go.
hiding inside software in the Ubuntu Snap Store. After 33 years, Notepad finally displays
show
text
off.
files properly.
No, I'm not.
I don't have contacts on.
Yeah, I truly think it's the contacts issue because you haven't had this issue with glasses.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to be fine. I will figure this out.
Or just bring glasses for the show.
Well, the thing is, I got my lenses replaced with my new prescription, but with they don't have anti-glare on them because it was expensive.
Oh.
So I would be glary.
You should be okay because it's light overhead, not
I can
directly
try
in front.
after the intro. They're in my bag. After the intro, I'll try them on.
Are we just doing like a show picture?
No, we're doing the intro.
I'm just waiting for y'all to shut up.
All right.
Welcome to Category 5 Technology TV. It's episode number 556. Do you remember this, Sasha?
Yes.
Look at those amazing soldering joints that I worked on last week. Jeff, you are impressed, right?
Yeah, not so much.
Oh, come on now. Well, this week we are kind of accumulating a lot of the comments that have come in since that feature. We're going to be talking about this. We're going to see what we can do to improve things around here when we're doing our soldering demonstrations. And we're going to learn from our community what we can do to do a better job with our soldering. So make sure you stick around. We'll be right back. Sound good?
Yes.
Oh, Jeff.
I'm practicing making my eyes not hurt.
Aw.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody. Hope you had fun.
I need to go get my glasses and put them on to see whether or not they're glary.
Well, you can't. Oh.
No, to see whether or not they're glary for the camera.
Right. Okay.
Right? Because if that is an option, then I can always switch to my glasses.
Right.
I want to be a contacts wearer because of my VA.
See, I have astigmatism, so I can't get contacts.
Well, I
Me
do
too.
have
Me too. That's me.
I have an astigmatism too.